Right, I'm back in Brinsworth, and this is that centre that used to be that community centre. And the reason I'm starting here is because someone sent me a message after that last video I did, because this car park, there used to be some steps leading up to that that recreation ground up there, which obviously you can't get up there now, and it looks like they've put some sort of a building up there as well. So they've told me that if I go up that road that I said that used to be industrial units, and it's called Field Mill, and that's where we're going now, that there's actually a car park which leads into the recreation ground. So I'm going to go that way now, and then I'll go on to the rec and see if that's changed. Anyway, here we are at that car park. Obviously this was all grass 40 years ago. Built a kiddies play area there. That kiddies play area, what we used to play on, went over that mound there. I know that if you went up there, further up there, you could get out. It was like an entrance, or I don't know whether it was just man-made path. You know that you make tracking on while because you're walking on it all the time, and that led up to Yorkshire Terrier, and there used to be some sort of path or gennel, whatever you call snicket, and that used to see with them. That edge of trees is there. That used to go down all the way down to Whitehall Lane or Whitehall Road. I really don't know. Oh, that may be it. I can't honestly remember it being like this. That's one of them carousels, but it weren't like that. It was one of them you could stand on. But it used to be round about here. Oh no, there's a gateway there, look. I don't think you can access it. I'll walk down to that. I can't remember the houses being here. I do remember though, about 1972-73, there was a massive wood fire up here, and I don't know whether it must have been duckers on this side of the fence in here, or whether it was on this side. I really don't know. I just remember it burning. You could see it you could see it all the way across Brinsworth. Yeah, bottom of this lane, there were. I may as well do it now. Look, so I'm almost there. So just bear with me. Oh, I know where I am now. Right, this place here. Wait, this estate went here when I was a kid. There were we used to call, they were like train sheds for, and we used to call them sidings. I think they actually did call them sidings. This is that place that I'm talking of, and I'm going to have to go across the road so you can get a good view of it. No, it weren't that one. You didn't go up that one there. It would have been this one here. and it was like it looks like it's been converted into somebody's property. But I'm just wondering if that's... It were definitely there. Definitely there where that house is. Looks nice. Whatever they've done to it looks nice. They made it into a dwelling. But as I said, when we were kids, it was a youth club for us. So all kids from on my side of the estate and all kids on this side of Brinsworth, we used to go in there. Right, I'm turning it off because I've got that long walk back up here now, back down to that community centre. This path takes you up to Yorkshire Terrier. I'm not taking you up to Yorkshire Terrier because it's just a pub. And if you're watching this because it's Brinsworth, then you know what it looks like anyway. Oh, someone asked me about Haworth. Now, when you get up top of that hill and you get to Terry and you start going down the other side, I think that's called, I don't know, Haworth side of Brinsworth. I think they built a school there now, but there used to be like an orchard, apple orchard, and we used to go in there and we used to nick apples. Well, I didn't, but lads I used to knock about, we did. Anyway, we got chased off. We just got chased off a couple of times, but so sorry for that. I mean, you do all sorts when you're like 13 or 14. But it were 50 years ago. I'm almost 64 now. So there's more to Brinsworth than this, but it looks... Do you know when you're a kid, you don't appreciate nothing, do you? Because it's just there for you. What on earth is this? Looks like an exercise, like a bench press thing. How good is that? I can't see hotels like that. I've never seen that before, but I don't go in kiddies playgrounds. But it's not a kiddies playground, is it? It's a recreation ground for everyone. I'm at bottom of Brinsworth now. Just as where Canclo meets Brinsworth, there at that bridge, that's its parish line. That building there on the end used to be like a little, I don't know if it was like an old property. I don't know if it were an house, but when we were kids it was a little grocery shop. These buildings up were interior course, but that shop there what were on this end we just used to call it Keith's shop, Keith. Anyway, this is Atlas Street, but not as I know it. Here, where this wall is, used to be a big building, the co-op. Up there, look, is where I used to live. Those houses. Those two houses there are the only original. It's very noisy. I'm going to cross the road. These two houses are the only original properties left on Atlas Street. Now, whether the occupants wouldn't move out when they were demolishing them, I don't know. But there were a co-op here. Then there was I don't know if there were some houses on this side, but there were definitely some houses on that side. And while they were demolishing these, we used to play in these as we were kids as well. Anyway, back to Atlas Street. On this side and on that side were just black brick old pit houses, and it went all, I would imagine there'd probably be 200 houses each side. And they just went up to where you can see that house up there, look, where with like a beige front and the trees behind it. I think it went all the way up to them trees. So I've cheated a little bit and I've been on Google Earth because I've never been on here. And I'm gonna go to the top of Atlas Street. In fact, they don't even call it Atlas Street anymore. This is you can see these signposts, look. Atlas Street stops here. And that's a continuation of Brinsworth Road from where I used to live. So from here, where these two houses are, there used to be houses here. There used to be like a access here where you could get around to the backs of house, you know, to the backs of the houses. So they would all the way up this side, and then they would all the way up that side. In fact, Atlas Street stops here, look, and it's now called Hadrian Road. So, as I say, I've cheated a bit because I've never been around here. So I've had to go on Google Earth to find my way around. So where I am now is top of what I would know as Atlas Street, and as I said, it would have come all the way up to where probably these cords are now. That concrete fencing, I can always remember that being there, and that were there, of course, to stop you from getting onto golf links. But the reason I fetch you here is because these trees have obviously grown. They've grown ever such a lot. But these weren't here. And on the other side of this fencing is some crags. And there's a train line, what used to go to them sidings, what I mentioned earlier. And I don't know if they used to carry coal, because just over there, as I'll cover this in another video, but I don't know if you can just see down there, and all the way down to where that Canclaw Bridge is. That used to be Rotherham Main Colliery, also known as Canclaw. Anyway, going back to my story, we stood, well, me and some mates, we actually sat here on this banking because we could see some smoke. There was something on fire down there. Them trees, all them trees weren't there then, of course. They would have been houses. And there were a grand old church in them trees on Canclaw Road. And somebody had actually set fire to it and burnt it down. And we sat here and we watched it burn. How sad is that? I don't even know what they call that church. Somebody put a comment in and just let me know what it is. Canclaw Wood's there in all its glory. Yeah, so where these houses are here, I would have thought that would probably be the foot line for where Atlas Street houses used to be. And on this side, and somebody tell me if I'm right or wrong or not, or whether it's just my imagination, but there used to be a huge depression, like I don't know if it was subsidence or a bomb hole from war. That used to be round about where them houses are now. I don't know if that's part of it, where it just dips down a bit, or whether it's been filled in, but it was just like a bomb hole, and people just used to throw stuff into it, and we used to run into it as kids, you know, because it was like a banking. So where that pylon is there, look, and it leads on to that other pylon there. Well, where that pylon is start where Brinsworth Pavilion football pitch is. And you used to walk down, so that concrete wall used to go all the way up to Brinsworth Pavilion, well, back of the football pitch. Okay, well that's it for today, and I think that concludes my Brinsworth videos. I don't think there's anything else I need to add.